Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here for the title match between Kelvin Rivers and Jake Mulligan. We're here for the fight. You're here for the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's fight time. $10 p.m. Fight time. Mulligan, he was making his way towards the ring as the crowd went wild. And I tell you, the Las Vegas arena was packed with 40,000 cheering fans who went in to see history be made, man. As Pops walked down the aisle, the crowd all chanted in sync. Rivers, 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 Rivers. It was like they were praising some sort of god. The old man and Pops were in the back preparing to walk towards the ring. The old man heard the crowd chanting from the locker room. He then turned to Pops and said, "Hey, you hear that, kid? That's victory calling your name, just like the greats." Pops then stood up and headed towards the ring. Mulligan and Jenkins stood in the ring and stared the old man and Pops down. The boxers' introductions were given, and soon both stood in the middle of the ring as the referee gave the instructions. Mulligan just stared Pops right in the eyes as Pops just stared right back at him. See, it was as if their souls already were trading shots. And Mulligan was heard saying as they touched gloves and headed to their corners to begin the round, "I'm gonna hurt you." The old man then said to Pops as he put his mouthpiece in his mouth, as they headed back towards the corner, "He isn't doing shit to you. Don't worry about it, kid. Now, feel him out. Feel him out. Let him swing. But I'm opening him up with a jab, of course." Soon, round one began. And the old man just told Pops, "Let him have it," as the bell rang. Round one began, and both Pops and Mulligan stepped to their business. For a tall guy, Mulligan had a 67-inch reach, as Pops had a 72-inch reach. So every time Mulligan would take that extra step in, Pops would pop him with the jab. They would land 2, then 3 at a time. Now let's remember that the 45 was still being used here, so the jabs were more like powerful shots. Mulligan surprised Pops with a left, and it was a serious left hook that sent him back to the ropes. And Pops, he just picked that up quick. And when Mulligan went to throw that left hook again, I tell you, he made him miss. And then he made him pay with a devastating combination of his own. And that first round would come to an end, and they would head back to the corner. Now I tell you, Mulligan, well, Mulligan head back to his corner to take care. As to them giving him instruction, they were telling him to pace himself and to be more patient with his shots. Over at the corner with Pops and the old man, well, old man chewed Pops out for getting hit with that left hook. The old man told Pops, "Kelvin, did you not see that left hook? It was coming last week, goddammit. What is wrong with you?" Pops told the old man, "I know. I walked into it. I gotta be more strategic about it. Don't worry, I'll wake up." The old man then said, "Okay, but now relax and pick your shots. And Kelvin, you're on 10. 35 more." Pops nods his head and enters the second round as the bell rang. For round 2, Pops and Mulligan squared off, and they circled each other. Mulligan threw 2 jabs, but Pop moves and steps back, releasing a straight right, cutting Mulligan over his left eyebrow. The blood rushed out as Pops then hit him with yet another straight right hand, and Mulligan staggered but kept coming forward. The old man screamed out, "Left hook!" And Pops released the left hook, but to Mulligan's body. See, every fight Mulligan had, no fighter ever attacked his body. He was too busy beating on theirs. But Pops attacked his first. Mulligan was frustrated, but then found his pace and landed a straight right hand to Pop's face, but it landed more like a jab. When Mulligan went to throw a straight left, Pops ducked and came back up with a 2-combo shot that consisted of a left and a right hook. He then stepped back and set up again in order to see if his 2 shots had affected Mulligan. But Mulligan just kept coming forward. The bell rang and it ended the second round. The old man grabs Pops by the face and said, "Kelvin, you know why he goes to the body? 2 reasons. First, if you go to his, he will break. Why do you think he tries to go to yours first? Second, he doesn't know how to go upstairs. Now hit the fucking body. The body. And you're on 14. Come on, turn it up." Mulligan's corner was shocked, as well as furious. The trainer was heard saying to him, "Mully, what the fuck? You're better than him. Kick this nigger's ass." Jim, the reporter, was at ringside and heard the racial rant and took note of it in his pad. The bell rang, and round 3 began. Mulligan threw 2 jabs, and Pops moved and blocked the shots. They circled again, and Pops threw 1 straight right, catching Mulligan, causing his eye to bleed and swell once again. Mulligan then clinched on Pops and said in his ear, "I'm going to kick your ass, nigga." Pops didn't like that. It was bad enough he had to go through life being called a nigger. In his time, racism was big. The civil rights movement was going on. And the only time they liked black folks was when we were entertaining. It was oppression that Pops was fighting along with the other greats of boxing. Ali, Spinks, Frazier, Johnson. Every black boxer, every black baseball hero, every basketball player, Arthur Ashe. Shit, he held down tennis. But back to the match. Pops threw a 4, combination shot landed 3, and missing 1. Altogether, 14 shots had been thrown by Pops in a matter of 3 rounds, and Mulligan was already beat up. And the 4 combo shot, well, 3 combo shot, was consistent of a straight right, a right uppercut, then a left hook. The last shot that missed was another right uppercut but missed, of course. And Pops, he then feinted left and threw an overhand right and knocked Mulligan right down, but not out. He then stood up on 8 as the ref counted to 8, and the bell rang, signaling the end of the 3rd round. The old man says to Pops, "Beautiful kid, that's beautiful. Michelangelo shit in there, okay. Hit the body. I know you couldn't do it in the last round, but now, the body, and you owe me for missing that uppercut." Pops winked, then patted the old man on the head and went out for the 4th round. Then Nancy turns to the old man and says, "Look, it's that cop." The old man then says, "I'm working here, pendejo. Fuck him." Then turns his attention back to the fight. Mulligan fakes a jab and throws a hook to Pop's body. But Pops backs up, then faked his own jab, making Mulligan cover his face as Pops threw a huge right hook, collapsing Mulligan. The referee gave count. Mulligan stood up on 9. Then Pops continued his assault on Mulligan, landing 3 shots, and then landing a huge, powerful overhand right to the head that ended the fight. And the press ran into the ring, along with the corners, trainers, camps, and soon the ring became a stage. Jim ran into the ring and asked Pops, "Kelvin, congratulations on unifying the titles. Did you ever doubt yourself?" Pops smiled as the nasty and Stanton removed his boxing gloves and said, "Nah, I mean, the man hits hard. I tried to get to his body early, like the old man wanted me to, but it was hard work, man. But I never had a doubt." Jim went on to ask Pops, "In the 3rd round, you tagged Mulligan with the killer combo, but you missed a shot. What happened there, Kelvin?" Pops went on and said to Jim with a smile on his face, "Well, brother, it was supposed to be a 4-shot combo, but I missed that uppercut. I mean, he was fast, you know. I landed 3 shots, I believe 3 shots." The crowd was going wild, and Mulligan was making his way towards Pops and Jim. Mulligan pushed his way towards Pops, and he said to Jim, as he looked into the TV camera. This man, Kelvin Rivers, the man you see before you. Kelvin Rivers is the best. I see it right here, right now. He's a good man, a great fighter. He then hugged Pop and kissed him on the cheek to show good sportsmanship, then raised his hand and passed him the title. The old man shook Mulligan's hand and said to him, "You're a good man, kid. Just work more on your combos and your head movement. You're great." Not bad, kid. Not bad at all. Jenkins approached Pops and the old man and tapped the old man on the shoulder. The old man looked at him and said, "It was fair and square, Jenkins. It was fair and square. Don't start for..." Then Jenkins interrupts him with a smirk on his face and said, No, man. It was a hell of a fight. But of course, there's a rematch clause." But, Pops just said, "Jenkins, anytime, any place, I will fight Mulligan again. You know why? Because he has class, Jack. He doesn't belong with you. But I'm sure after this rematch, you're gonna dump him. Well, I just hope that he doesn't sign with you again. And I'm going to make sure of that." Jenkins just walked away and said, "See you next year, Rivers. See you next year." Come on, Brody. The old man turned to his brother Stanton and said, "We need to open up another gym. And I have an idea." Stanton just smiled. Stanton just smiled, because at this point, Pops, the whole Rivers camp was on top of the world. And Pops, making more than $35 million in 4 years. It was good times, but that came with hard work, Jack. And it paid off. And it paid off. Everything. Pops had become a powerful black figure. An icon along with the rest of the legends. Only difference was that Pops was undefeated. And for that whole year, Pops had defended the title twice, making him 24-0. And the old man had an idea about opening up yet another gym. This time, he wanted one in Las Vegas. Pops agreed and wanted to take at least half a year off from boxing and wanted to start investing his money. See, Pops was 25 years old and he was becoming interested in business. So he and the old man opened their first gym together. On the grand opening, Ebony was there and she was happy. Boy, was she happy. She was happy and proud. And everyone, even Pops, of course. And he always made good choices. And she knew that, because she had a real man in her life. A life partner. She found in Pops. But that night, she had a lot to be happy about. Pops and the old man were surrounded by the fans and the press, as well as the TV media. And Ebony waved to Pops and directed him in the office that was within the gym. She had something to tell Pops. And she didn't know when was the right time. But she couldn't hold it in any longer. Whatever it was, she had to tell Pops. She had to tell him. And tell him now. Pops excused himself from the interviews and the TV cameras and the camp and the fans and walked towards the office. He entered, closed the door behind him. She smiled as he sat down next to her on the plush couch that was against the wall, facing the old man's desk. She grabbed and held his hand. She then looked deep into his eyes and said, "Kelvin, you know that I don't want to cause you any problems, and I don't want you to be the cause of any loss in your career. I don't want to be that cause." Pops didn't know what she was getting at, but he just remained quiet and patient. She then held his hand tighter and said, "Kelvin, I'm 2 months pregnant. I don't really know what to do, but I know what I want. I need to know what you want." She then looked away and teared out of both eyes. Pop smiled at her, and he said, Hey, baby. What I want is what you want. Our family. Ebony, you've been there for me, and you brought me happiness, as well as our first child. Tell you what, I'll take a year off, and I'll be there for you and our baby." Ebony just smiled and cried, and then said, "Kelvin, a year? That's gonna slow you down, baby." Pops just said confidently, "Nah. If anything, I need the rest." A knock came from beyond the door, and Pops told Ebony, "Listen, I have to talk to Manny and the guys. Don't talk to anyone, okay?" She just smiled, wiped the tears from her eyes, and then kissed Pops. He then walked her to the door, and in came the old man. He said to Pops, "Hey, Kelvin, Jim is here. He wants an interview. Come on." But Pops knew that he had to tell the old man, and this might put a bump in the road between them, but he had to tell him anyway. Manny Pacheco was more than a trainer. He's a manager. He was Pop's father. He raised Pops from the slums and raised him so. And he had to tell him. He grabs the old man by the arm and says, "We have to talk." The old man started smiling and said, What? What happened?" Pops took a deep breath and then said, "Sit down, Manny. We have to talk. I have good news. Well, for me, but I'm not sure how you gonna take it. But Ebony's pregnant, and I'm gonna be a father, Manny. I'm gonna be a daddy." The old man just looked at Pops, took his glasses off and rubbed his hands across his face. Pops didn't know how to take that gesture, but he knew that at any second the old man would blow his top. The old man just got up and said, "Kelvin, I've watched you grow from a snot-nosed kid into the best boxer of the world. I've seen a lot of things, but now I see a full-fledged man and a father. I tell you, Kelvin, life is amazing. Life is so beautiful at points, but yet can bring a lot of horrors." I'm proud of you, Kelvin. And you deserve to be a father. You're a good man, a good person. And I'm happy for you. Then rushes towards my father and hugs him. Ebony looks into the office window and sees the embrace and smiles as well as tears. It was the greatest sight she had seen. Pops and the old man walked out of the office as Ebony walked into the old man's arms. He then tells Ebony, "I'm so happy for you." Eventually, the old man and Pops took a year off, but not without problems occurring. That's right, not without problems occurring. Now, these weren't problems that they had put upon themselves, but problems that were created by rules and jealousy. Problems that came from Jenkins and other people. And that happened in December of '79.
So